uppercut, uppercut, sonic boom!
Well, hello there, humans of his earthlings, whoever you are, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, and if you're lucky enough indeed to be doing it too. Welcome back to the channel. This is Solo Squad Gunfighting, 101. This is a follow-up to the Solo Squad video I did recently, which was about rotations, game awareness, ways to actually win and grind it out in Solo Squad. Not so much about the breaking up squads, getting frags, and winning gunfights. And there is definitely an art form to this. I work hard at it when I'm playing and looking for this kind of content. I also needed QBZ95 footage, so it was a perfect blend where I got to play Livic, get a lot of gunfights in, and showcase why I do the things I do when I'm running these. If you wouldn't mind subscribing to the channel and leaving a like, and also commenting if you have any ideas on things you'd like to see, gameplays, that kind of stuff. So this is kind of killing two birds with one stone. A lot of people have also commented that they love the gameplays where I talk through what I'm doing. But I also didn't get time on the Solo Squad video because we went to 14 minutes just doing tactical stuff to actually talk about the big gunfighting stuff. Now, I am really, it has to be stressed that the most important part in this is the mobility. You're going to see how often I get up and move. If you are static in these Solo Squad situations, you are asking for trouble. Game sense wise, I've just heard footsteps down there. Now, this is the hot drop for Grondhouse for Livic in this mode, and it is the hot drop where you get the extended loot and everyone's here and you're looking for extra gunfights. Now, I know there's someone over there, right? And it's so sweaty right now. People are so incredibly sweaty right now that I know there is probably someone over here who's run across the road with his squad. They're all holding an angle and they're looking. Now, this is the first tip I have for you if you're looking for solo versus squad gunfights and winning them. You have to be prepared to disengage. I've now just heard an M24, okay? That's a single shot M24. That's not a bot. That's someone holding an angle. And there's plenty of gunfighting going on the other side where the recall tower is. Yeah, this is 100% 1 to 2 people holding angles and waiting for me. And I don't want to take that gunfight. There's a lot of grass on Livic. There's a lot of grass on Erangel. There's a lot of grass on Sanok. They'll lie down in it. They'll hold an angle behind a rock. And I'm watching over there and I see someone run center screen around the back corner, heading to the other side of this ridge. And he's just trying to get an angle. They know where I am. They're trying to get angles. So you've got to break that. And you've got to constantly be prepared to move and get angles. If you don't, then what's going to happen is you're going to get sandwiched. Squads will pincer. They'll get angles all around you and then they'll slowly constrict. Now, I heard gunshots over here, which means there's another squad over here. They may, in fact, be part of the same squad. I don't know, but they are, for 100% certain, more than one person on me at the moment. So I've got a choice. I can stay up here, and this is bad because this is a ridge line, right? Ridge lines, you're outlined against both angles, so in front and behind. Pick a poison. And a lot of this is going to be this best practice thing. Like, so it's not guarantees. It's like, well, I can go this side or this side, and one of them will lower the odds of me getting shot, and the other one will just mean there's no best case scenario. So there is someone up there. He's hiding behind that rock. There's at least 2 people here, I reckon, because the guy up there was some gunfighting going on, and they were just generally looting, and everything here has been pretty heavily looted. I would normally, if this was just let's go and have some fun, I'd go and push out. But look where the circle's going to go, and you'll see that this becomes a very good position. I love compounds on the edges of circles. I'm still looting. I'm still in the loot phase of the game. There's a crate over there, which I'm expecting will have like an AKXT. So I want that. Ah, hello. Here we go. There's our first victim. Now, he's an Aussie. Good on you, mate. Love your work. And I'm watching to see if his mate from the rock over here is going to go and fetch him. I don't actually have a good shot on him. I also have the guy who was transferring around behind me a little bit earlier. Another thing about this is I don't have a vehicle. I really, really want vehicles on Livic. And here we go. This is what I was talking about. It's crazy that you can predict this behavior. They're trying to get angles. They're trying to get around, and they're trying to encircle. It's like this weird thing at the moment where squads won't just come straight at you. They're going to go all the way around you as a solo and then slowly constrict you in. It's just so freaking annoying. Used to be way more aggressive, this game, but not so anymore. Anyway, there's not much you can do about it. If you stay static for too long, you're going to get in trouble. So you're going to see here, we will take some opportunities, see what happens. But at the end of the day, this guy's running away. There's another one there who's just revived him. I'm only on the 3X, and I'm going to suppress this, so it's not ideal, my loadout right now with the QBZ95. I go to the 6X just to have a look up there. They've just cleared someone else. That's the guy that I knocked has just cleared someone else. So we move onwards and upwards. We're going to keep looting, and then we're going to leave this area here. Have a look where the circle is. We're on the edge of a circle in a compound. This is where I like to be. You'll see me go from circle edge to circle edge. I'm also completely aware that the guy that just popped in the kill feed there was the same guy who was clearing people at the recoil center behind me to the southwest on the other side of Gronhus. So you got to pay attention to this stuff, because if you don't, you're not going to know where people are. And that's going to have a big part of the rotation that I make on the next circle. This is just a bot. I just want to go and get all this guy's stuff. I still haven't looted over there. There could be a guy up behind me, so I am going to just slowly grind into this. I'm going to get the loot out of there, and then we're going to move back through Gronhus towards that recall center. A lot of action behind me. Now, I've only got 3 kills, and I did promise that this would be about fighting squads and breaking them up. And that's exactly what we're going to be doing here. I'm not trying to not fight, but I am also not going to give it away. If you want to play solo squads and just rush people, you don't need a video, because it's like, well, we're just rushing at people. You're going to die a lot. You can watch guys who do that. Watch Fake Jacob's live stream. He'll get some great games where he has 20 plus kills, but Jacob is an amazing player, and yet he will constantly get ripped on live streams, because that's the truth of it. If you're a player that's going to play on a very aggressive manner and rush everyone straight off the bat, you're going to die a lot. And if you watch people who have these 35 plus kill gameplays and that, they don't show you the real gameplay. Like, I've always admired Jacob for this fact, that he shows live streams of it. I've watched some people on live streams who do the 35 plus world kill records and all that, and they do not perform. Like, they're not there. They're just cherry picking the moments for you. And I don't really love that gameplay style. So here we go. We're going back to the recall center here. Watch how quickly I pick up and go here, because it's a recall center. You're going to see that I'll get the clear on the first bloke, who is obviously the guy who just cleared over there. We're going to wait for him to lie down and start looting. There he is. QBZ95 didn't even heal before he went over to that box. And then as we pull back, we're like, that was a knock. Okay, so there's at least one more here. There's an airdrop coming down here. Not very comfortable with that right-hand side. We're watching and we see someone is knocked and crawling around, so we get behind the vehicle, very close to the hard cover there. Yeah, that's why. That's 2 people firing at me, right? And there's a third knock down there. I'll probably be recalling the bloke that I killed. Time to move. So we're going to rotate around the edges of the circle. We had a crack. We're constantly probing, looking for opportunities to clear targets. We'll take what's on offer, but we're not going to overstay our welcome. If you stick and stay static in those spots, then you're going to get crushed. They will just encircle you, hold angles, and you end up trying to fight people who will lay down in the grass and not do anything. Like, you got to keep moving. So we're going to hit a bit of a boost here, and we're holding this angle. Now, if you looked at the flight path, you'd know that this is all pretty live territory. This was all in the flight path. What I'm going to do now is go up on top here. You hold the right joystick, run all the way around this mountain, and we're watching. another big part of solo squatting is the guys in front of you are not pushing out towards the edge of the circle. They're holding compounds inside or they're in gunfights. If they're in gunfights, you'll hear the noise, right? The guys that you've got to watch out for in solo squatting, because you don't have a teammate to revive you, you don't have someone to watch all angles, are the people rotating in behind you. So quite often what I'll do is spend more time looking behind me than I do looking in front of me. If that last gunfight, if that had been a two-way gunfight that I third-partied, I would quite seriously have considered pushing into the recall center area and squeezing some people out. And here we go. Straight away, as soon as I hear this gunfire behind me, I'm like, there's a great opportunity here. So we push in. That is two people in a gunfight. One of them at least had a teammate. So there's still two people left up here because there was a knock that got cleared. We're pushing in. There's a car. Great. And there's someone shooting at the car. There's our target behind. Weapon switch to the AK. CQC AK XTM is pretty broken. This thing, I'm like feeling really confident here. And there we go. That's the clear. So we've picked up two people there from separate squads. We've broken that up. And we're going to take another look across the other way to the northeast. I'm looking at the circle, thinking about what I want to do here, because I don't look. There's the people that were up at the recall center. That's 3, and you'll see too how the kill feed's showing that the guy that I knocked earlier, the Aussie bloke's just gone down, and he was an insta. So, oh, hello. Here we go. There's another. That was a rotation late from the other side of the map. You heard that gunfire before, so I was watching over there pretty heavily. We're getting out of here. We're going to park the car just inside the circle so that we don't have to worry about it. We will have a car, we will have a vehicle, and then we're getting back up on here because I feel like the person down there is still up. Okay, so that's an insta. That's an insta headshot. Someone is rotating in down there. Now, I don't know how many people there are, but I know there's 6 left, and there's at least 3 over at that recall center. We've got 1 over here for certain. That means we're missing 1 person to 2 people. I'm going to guess that this is 2 separate squads. Yeah, there you go. There's gunfire. So that's 2 people. And they're rotating late. Nice headshot. And we stay low because now everyone and their dog knows where I am. Okay? This is very obvious. Yeah, here we go. I'm not even going to poke these guys. It's not worth it. It's absolutely not worth it. Like, they're over there. They can all see me. I can easily get cleared here. Not interested. Leave the knock alone. There's nothing to be done there. We're going to let these guys rip each other apart as well. And I'm going to make a fast rotation to get in front of these guys to a compound on the edge of the circle. And this is where it comes in. You've got to be patient because eventually you will find and destroy these squads. It takes time because if you're not just squeezing every single ounce of juice out of the map, they will. And there's 4 of them. So here we go. There's the rotation. Now, I'm not going to go for the thirst. I know that there's someone just over here. I know that there's 1 there. If it's 2. Oh, hang on. There's a 4th. There are 4 members of this squad, which means that the other guy that I just killed, I just knocked over the other side, that's a 2-man squad. So this is a 4-man squad and a 2-man squad. And me. Now, they've got a mate knocked over here. They've got to either come for him or let him die. I don't know how good a set of players they are, but I'm going to take a guess that they're going to let him... ooh, there we go. There's a knock. Now, that is the guy that I knocked in the green suit. So here they come. They're going to try and get this guy revived. The guy that I knocked before has just gone down again. Knocked that bloke. That's a cleanup. That's an absolute cleanup, right? And that's exactly how you do it. You just keep whittling away at the edges and you see your moments, and when the opportunity arises, you leverage those bad rotations and other squads having gunfights into getting the clears. And I mean, this looks slow, but we've got 10 kills in a 50-person lobby and we're playing solo. So this is how you do it. You have to constantly be mobile. You have to constantly make rotations and get better positions. If you sit still, they will find you and they will destroy you. This is a 2v1, but the other guy's just bled out. And you can see where he bled out, right? That means he was crawling towards that left-hand side there. There would be no reason for him to be over there unless he was going to his teammate. So we watch, and I'm pretty sure that his teammate has to be over that left-hand side. This is just critical thinking. There's no way that he was crawling to the right. Like he was heading towards his teammate. The gunshots were coming from in town. That's where he was going, and he had to stop. And the reason he had to stop was because I turned up. And his teammate just let him die. So I'm thinking he's got to be at those trees. It's going to be the tree and the rock over there on the left. I'm not certain, but I'm pretty certain. And it's why you'll see me just roll up and start chucking mollies and grants at that rock and that tree over there. I'm like, well, best case scenario, this is where he is. And there's a lot of angle here. We're still in the circle. See what happens. He might start shooting back. I mean, that's a pretty good molly, but it's just short of where I'd like it to be. Can't hit anything else. There he is. I just heard him. Just heard him. He's up on that hill. There he is. So that's solo squads. That is how you isolate targets, how you stay alive if you're trying to get kills, how you basically seagull around the edges and you scavenge, and then you set up opportunities where you can wail on them and get the wins. And until that point in time, well, you just hold. And if you don't do that, all that happens is you're just pushing. There's no art to it. There's no cerebral element. It's just pushing. I mean, you can just push into anyone. You can drive at someone with an M416 in your hand and you'll either win or you'll lose. But if you're really going into full squads, you're going to lose 90% of the time. There's no way around it, unless they're complete muppets. Otherwise, you've got to really set it up and you've got to work the magic. And that means thinking, taking your time. Anyway, I'm Bushka. Look after yourself. Stay safe in the battlefield. And as always, bye for now.